You want to know how I take this bare bones and go from this to this? If you want to know how I did it with the Death Grip Bare Bones Medium Wax, just follow this video. Mustache wax is oil soluble. Do not oil or balm your mustache when styling with mustache wax. Step one for me is to blow dry the mustache to give it kind of a shape and train it to go in a certain direction. All right, blow drying is done. I generally try to aim the tips back towards my ears. That helps when it tries to tilt forward. This is Bare Bones by Death Grip. This is a medium mustache wax, kind of firm at room temperature, but very pliable. It's gonna go in your mustache relatively easy, has a pretty good hold, and allows you to make adjustments throughout the day. Scrape out a little bit. Maybe about that much. I use a little bit more because I have a bigger mustache. So that's what I'm gonna use. It's a little sticky at room temperature. Rub it between your fingers like that. Now that you've warmed it and coated your fingers, it's not as sticky until it cools down. Go from the center outward. I usually do multiple passes, let it sit for about 5 minutes, come back, and then finish it up. It's going to transfer from my hand into my mustache. I call this the pinch and slide method. And already it's starting to take a shape. Wipe your hands often so they don't get too tacky. Small amount, rub between the fingers, making sure the part is pretty decent. Going from the middle outward really helps throughout the day because as you breathe, that's going to loosen the hair up a little. So you might as well have a good foundation. And I bend it back a little bit towards my ears to combat it tipping forward. Clean hands often. Now on to pass number 3. From the middle. Pinch and slide and bending the tips towards my ears a little. So far, not so bad. So I've done stage 1 on my left side. Now I'm going to go through and do the right side. I do one at a time. That way I can look at the symmetry and it allows this to firm up a little bit so I can get the general shape. A little bit, rub between your fingers. From the middle outward. This also helps align the hairs. I don't like to twist my mustache because if I have to make a correction through the day and run a comb through, when you have all those hairs like that, you run the risk of yanking some hairs out. Wipe hands often. Right back to the middle and go outward. Pointing those tips kind of towards the ears to combat them tipping forward and wanting to do their own thing. See, now I can work a little bit on the symmetry because this side is already starting to set, so I get an idea of where I want to go with that side. Pass number 3. Right back to the middle. That's really going to help with those hairs as I talk, eat, drink, or whatever throughout the day. Most of that wax is transferred from my fingers into the mustache, and it is getting into those hairs, so I may not need to comb it. I'm trying to get somewhat of a Hungarian if this side will cooperate. But not so bad so far. I got to put a little more there. Now I'm going to take a 5-minute break, let it firm up, and then I'm going to come back and do my touch-up. I took a couple minutes to let the mustache kind of firm up. I need to put a little more in just to tighten it up around the edges and a little more right here in the middle. For stage 2, I use a little bit less and only rub a little bit. I want it to remain tacky and to firm up much quicker. Still applying from the center outwards. There we go. Same for the other side. Only rub it a little. I want it to grab any loose hairs that I may not have gotten before. A little into the ends to grab up these loose sides. A little touch up. That looks pretty good. So that is the Death Grip Bare Bones Medium Wax. I would recommend put this into your pocket, carry it around in case you need to make a touch-up. I also carry around a little pocket comb like this in case I need to comb it through, but I will put it in the video if you want to go check it out for yourself. I'm Bob, and this, of course, is Elliot Norris, my mustache, wishing you a wonderfully bearded day.